What's up, besties? It's your girl Morgan here, and you're listening to Your Internet Best Friend. Hello, friends, and welcome back. I'm just going to hop into it today because I am so excited. We have our first guest of season 2. The last time I saw this beautiful soul, we were taking tequila shots and planning a trip to Amsterdam. She's a queen, icon, legend. I'm literally not making that up. It's a true fact. She's an author. She's a podcaster. She's a reality TV star. I love her dearly. It is my friend, Deepti Vempati. Welcome, Deeps.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
I am so honored, and it's so funny. I was making a list of who I wanted as guests and all this. You were obviously on my list, but then I've been binge watching Love is Blind season 5. I've been covering it on my Instagram stories. It's been quite a riot, but I realized I was like, wait, I need Deeps on. It just made sense. So I'm so happy you're here.
Yes, I'm so excited. Oh, also, this season is nuts.
Okay, are you watching it? That was one of my questions. Obviously, you're watching it.
Yes. Okay, so on my podcast too, we're recapping right now, and my whole world is Love is Blind right now, and this season has had so many twists and turns, and it doesn't seem like it's really about that fairy tale love story this season.
It almost feels like it's more about the drama. It's about these crazy twists, and I'm sorry, I'm about to go on a tangent. The whole Lydia and Uche. Okay, I want to know your perspective on that. Do you think producers planted her? Was that a producer thing, or is that her actually finding out, going through his email and somehow getting on the show?
Okay, see, that's a really interesting, it's hard because even on my season, there's a couple people who knew each other. Me particularly, I knew somebody I went to college with on my season. So I was like, it could happen. Maybe they're just not doing that level of background check. But here's what I think. As I'm marinated on this for a while, I think that Lydia probably heard from one of Uche's friends that potentially he might be going on there, or somehow got a glimpse of it and then applied herself. I don't know how else it could happen. What are the coincidences? What are the chances?
I actually agree with you. I think because in the last episode I saw, it was him showing her the DMs of all the girls that are hey, this girl's literally stalking me. So clearly she has detective capabilities where she goes through people's phones and followers, and I'm like, look, I've been there, done that. I'm not proud of it. I think every girl has, but keep it on the low, okay? Yeah. So clearly she has found out, and I bet she either applied or she reached out to a producer and was like, hey, I have this connection. It's gonna make for great TV, which it has. But okay, that brings me to, I want to talk about, obviously, Love is Blind, and there's so many couples I feel like in the media right now that I've just been low-key obsessing about. So we're gonna do a little hot takes couple edition. I want to know your thoughts. But let's start with the biggest one that everyone is talking about, Travis and Taylor. What do we like it? Do we hate it?
I kind of love it.
Same.
Why not? Honestly, Taylor deserves the best, and Travis seems like such a fun, bubbly, kind of up to her speed type of person. The one thing I'll say is the media has made this so insanely crazy that how are they gonna ever please the public? You know?
And then it is, I actually love, I also like opposites attract. I love the idea of the good girl, the sweet, innocent Taylor, even though, she's dated a lot of people, but bubbly. I don't know. I just associate her with all American. I think of teardrops on my guitar for some reason. That's how I associate Taylor Swift. And then there's kind of the rugged football player Travis Kelce with all this swag. I actually love them together. If you look at my track record though, I'm I like the idea of the cute innocent girl and the bad boy, and doesn't always work out that. So I'm ooh, maybe be careful, Taylor. But he seems like he really likes her.
Do we think he's a bad boy?
I don't know. Maybe not. Does he?
I don't know.
I don't know enough about Travis Kelce's background of who he's dated or anything. Fun fact though, I did X on the Beach, which I hate talking about. But the girl that won his reality TV show, Maya, I guess he did a show on E! Called Chasing Kelce.
Oh,
did you
wow,
know that?
I didn't know. No, I had no idea.
Yes. So it was a Bachelor type show where he was the Bachelor, and they brought in one girl, crazy concept, one girl from every state in America. And it was a pageant, kind of. And he dated them and chose one at the end. So Maya was I guess Miss Kentucky. I could be butchering this storyline, so pardon me if people are fact checking, but I'm pretty sure it was like she was the Kentucky girl and he picked her. So I just remember going in X on the Beach and her talking about, she's like, yeah, my ex is Travis Kelce. And at the time, I didn't know anything about NFL. And I was like, sick, girl. Like,
Yeah, you're like, cool.
Cool.
Yeah,
Who is Travis Kelce? And now it's like, oh, Travis Kelce is dating Taylor Swift.
It's insane, the power of Taylor, though. It's like even their podcast is like blown up now. It's like this. It's just crazy for the economy. It's crazy good. I mean, Taylor's doing great.
Well, there was a stat saying that Travis Kelce's jersey sales went up 400% just by her going to one game.
And that like tracksuit he wore, like it's insane. It got sold out within minutes. I was just like, wow, the
power of Taylor Swift. Instant stardom.
But like, what's going to be the trajectory of this relationship? What happens if it like goes downhill? He's going to be public enemy number one.
Do we think she will write a song about him?
100%. Do we know Taylor? There's no way.
I mean, she absolutely is. But now I'm thinking of like, all right, how is she going to associate football players, NFL, sports, and I'm like into a song? I'm actually kind of... Look, I want them to be happy, but if they do break up, we're getting a breakup album, and we're all going to benefit from it. So.
Yeah. True. So we like it. Stamp of approval.
Okay, so we ship Taylor and Travis. Okay, now we're switching to Love is Blind because, I just need to know. What did you think of JP? And it was JP and Taylor. There we go.
Taylor. I absolutely love and adore, and I'm so proud of Taylor because
same
for me it was kind of triggering because obviously, you know, my ex-fiance was kind of in the same boat of like, oh, I'm not attracted to you. And so it was just like, it was hard to watch. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and say, JP, you should have certain preferences and, you know, you shouldn't vocalize that you like certain things or don't like certain things. I think it's the delivery of it and the way he did it, and like to shut down and like kind of just disregard her completely as a person and not even communicate with her. I think that's the part that I'm like, why are you handling it this way? Like, you're a grown-ass adult. Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
That one had me shook. And I agree with you. I think his delivery was off. I think everyone is allowed to voice. I mean, there's a way to say it, though. I mean, at least he wasn't like, hey, you need to put on makeup. But it's still kind of the same thing. Like, I feel like he could have been like, you're so beautiful and stunning, natural without makeup, like I really like you like this, and then it would be up to her to be like, oh, you know what, maybe I will wear less makeup, or you know what, no, I still want to wear a fake lash. I support fake lash moment. It was just mind-blowing to me the way that he said it. And then you could tell, I feel like he started to just kind of dig himself a grave where he was almost just like getting defensive instead of, you know, apologizing. And I'm sure, look, we've both been on reality TV. I feel like when you know cameras are on you, instead of doing what you would normally do and maybe talking it through, you almost get flustered and just start word vomiting. So I feel like it was a bit of a case of that for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, oof.
It was just kind of awkward.
I'm happy she stood up for herself. There was a split second where I thought that she was going to stay with him. Did you think that? Or were you like, nah, she's done?
No, as soon as I could see her face change, and I think she was like, even in that night, and she was like, I'm not staying here anymore. Like, it's time to go home. And she got into the room, so I was like, there's no chance they're making it.
I mean, good for her. And you know what I learned from this couple that I no longer ship or stan or whatever the cool kids say. I feel like it may be a red flag if someone is decked out, a man, in only American flag gear. Maybe.
Like, where is he getting this? I would love to know where he shops.
JP, if you're listening to this podcast, which I am so sorry if you are, please let us know. Hit us with some links for all your American flag shirts. I think he had like an American flag tumbler.
He had underwear, sweatpants, sunglasses. Did you say sunglasses?
I mean, I actually don't know about that one, but now I'm like, I need to go back. I feel like he has red, white, and blue sunglasses as well. I'm like,
wait,
oh.
did you hear the funny memes that are going around that are like, man, I can't believe you guys robbed us of seeing JP's place.
Which, you know, those producers, you know, they were sad that couple did not at least go. I want to know what his family's like. Yes. I am intrigued by this man.
I know, same, same. Poor JP,
Do,
but
do you think, I mean, I haven't really checked the media because
mhm.
I don't know. Do you think he's getting annihilated? I feel like you know more about Love is Blind kind of than I do. I'm sure
Yeah,
he's getting annihilated.
100%. I mean, they're coming for him. There's so many TikToks made about him. There's a lot of noise going on. And I think that's the part that's the toughest, I think. And of course, like I'm recapping too, so it kind of adds to it a little bit. But hopefully, I'm trying to like humanize the
Mm-hmm.
experience a little bit and like honestly tell our listeners and our viewers whatever watching the show is you're very one dimensional. It's for entertainment. They're
Right.
creating a story for you to follow. It's like it doesn't encompass who they are in their entirety.
Right.
So we have to give him grace, but yes, he's definitely getting
Yes.
annihilated.
Give him
Poor
grace. Maybe
guy.
he shouldn't have said that. But yeah, I think that's what people do forget. And I don't remember who I was, someone else I was talking to on reality TV about this. It's like these are real people and they signed up for a reality show. Like, as much as we want to believe in true love and Love is Blind and that whatever, The Bachelor, and you get engaged on TV, these producers are making a TV show. Like, there has to be good people, there has to be bad people. Unfortunately, some people fall into that villain category, which we will talk about.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love when that happens.
Foreshadowing.
I love when I can organically do that. It makes me so excited. Okay, wait, we're gonna get to that. I have so many listener questions for you, but I selfishly want to know your opinion on. You got to tell me about Lydia and Milton.
Okay, I love them together.
Why do I as well?
Right? They're like perfect for each other weirdly because he's like balanced like emotionally but also like he's calm energy, but Lydia's like has this like exciting happiness to her, emotional, she's over the top. They're both intelligent. I just feel like they're such a good fit. Like
See,
I
and
don't
I
know.
like them too. So for those who don't know about Love is Blind and you're listening to this and you're like, who the hell are Lydia and Milton? So Lydia's what? She's 34? No,
She's 30. She's
she's
30.
30. Okay, and he's 24. So there's a bit
He's
of an
24.
age gap. There's a lot of, kind of talk about him being too young, all this stuff. But look, I think age is just a number. He seems super mature. I mean, there obviously are moments where he's like, do you want to get Liddy? And I'm like, ooh, cringe. Like, you are a 24-year-old boy in a bachelor pad.
Yes.
Like, that kind of freaks me out. But I don't know. I like them. And when I first started watching the show, I was obviously posting my thoughts and my story. And everyone was like, oh my God, you got to wait for Lydia. She's nuts, all this stuff. And I do think she's a little... She
She's
is
a
a
little out
little
there.
out there, but I actually
Mhm.
believe that her and Milton are in love. And maybe that's just me being a hopeless romantic. I don't know.
Well, we'll find out tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure they get married. I
Oh,
mean, it feels like they do. So I don't know. I like them
I
together.
do
I think
too.
that Milton is actually kind of like he feels mature for his age and like he adds that like level-headedness to
I
Lydia's
agree.
like over the top energy. Not that
Absolutely.
she's over the top, but you know what
I
I
mean, look, coming from the queen of being over the top, I'm like, I support you, Lydia. Do your thing.
mean?
Yell
Love
as much
that.
as you want. Look, you do your thing, girl. Okay, Izzy and Stacy. Love or hate?
Ooh, Izzy and
Ooh.
Stacey. I actually liked them up until this last drop of episodes, just because I mean, Izzy's just not being forthcoming
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to his finances or like he's like holding something back. And I
Yeah.
think that's not what you do when you're about to get married in a couple of days. So I think, he has to put it all on the table. And because he took too long, I just don't think that they're gonna vibe.
Yeah, I
What
don't
do you
love them
think?
together. I actually am. Why though? Why? I'm almost more team Izzy than team Stacy. I don't know why. I feel bad for the guy. I just think it would be hard being like, well, I want to go on private jets and all this stuff. And like, look, girl, so do I. But I don't feel the need to like, I don't think that's a priority for me in a relationship of like, well, you need to buy me expensive dinners. And it's like, I don't know, like that kind of just gave me such an icky taste because if you
Yeah.
really are in love with someone, it shouldn't be about, well, can you afford my lifestyle? So I don't know. Ever since those comments, Izzy can do no wrong in my book. And I feel like even though he kind of is being a little shady, I'm like, Team Izzy. And he was crying in
I
the
know.
closet.
That was really sweet. That was like kind of heartbreaking, actually. I was like, you can tell that he's like very emotional
Mm-hmm.
and he has a lot of like things that he's been through. I know he talked about it in the pod, so he hasn't had like the easiest life. And you're right, Morgan. It's like, I tend to like appreciate like affection and just like comfort and like security in a relationship over like the material things. So I think it, like, you're right, it didn't resonate with me that those were kind of her priority.
Right.
That was on her priority list,
Yeah.
So,
It just put such a bad taste in my mouth, and I can only imagine what he's feeling. So Godspeed to both of them in that relationship. Okay, I'm taking a 180 twist on this. What do you think of Zach Bryan and Brianna Chicken Fry?
I was shocked. Shock. First of all, I am obsessed with Zach Bryan.
Same. Let's go to a concert.
I would love to. Is he playing in Amsterdam? Just kidding.
Can we find out? The second Zach Bryan does an international, I think he already did an international tour. Anyways, the second he does another one, we were booking tickets.
Let's do
Alex
it.
Shea Willette, if you're listening, my sister does not listen to the podcast. I don't know why I'm saying this. She's not supportive. But Alex, if you happen to listen to this one, we're going. Okay.
We're going, Alex. Can I tell you, just a few weeks ago, I got an invitation to go to Barstool, which is like a little bar here in Chicago. And I was like, no, I'm too tired. I'm in my wholesome era. Tell me why Zach Bryan was there. I was like, are you freaking kidding me right now? I'm so angry.
I feel you, because I also am like, I said I was going to have like a feral girl fall, and my friends are like, do you want to go to the bars this weekend? And I'm like, no, I want to wear sweatpants. So I feel you, but I think that's a lesson. We have to always go. We have to say yes.
Yeah. You never know what's going to happen. But no, I ship it. I like them. I like them a lot.
I actually like them too at first, because I am so in love with Zach Bryan. I think he's so attractive. So I was kind of weirded out. I'm like, because I just associate Brianna Chicken Fry with Barstool, and to me that just did not add up with Zach Bryan. But then I saw a TikTok of them kind of interacting together in a car, and I was like, oh, I actually really do like them together. Aww, I think they're cute.
Yeah. You're right, though. It was kind of weird. But when that whole story came out, it felt like more people were coming at Zach. Like, actually, Zach Bryan had left his ex-wife in a letter.
So I did go down the TikTok rabbit hole with that one. I did not know that.
Yeah.
When you found that out, did it taint his music a little bit for you?
No, absolutely not. I hit repeat on I Remember Everything.
I mean, for a split second, I think maybe 1% of me was like, man, that kind of sucks. Like, mail someone divorce papers when they're deployed, harsh. But also, like, let's just remember Zach Bryan. Let's just, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm listening to his music and I forget all about maybe he was a shitty person at one point, but we all were. I mean,
exactly.
I don't think I would ever divorce someone that way, but you know what? He learned a lot.
Yeah, let's pray that he learned a lot and he treats Brianna better.
Brianna Chicken Fry. I can't get over the nickname. Anyways, it's weird to me.
So random.
I'm like, I think if someone had nicknamed me Morgan Chicken Fry at this point in my life, I would be changing that. But hey, whatever 100%. Works. Deepti Chicken Fry has a ring.
Deepti Chicken Fry
has a ring to it. Okay, last one. I did not know this was a thing, but Kylie Jenner and Timothy, I'm going to butcher his last name, I don't even know how to say it.
Chalamet.
Yeah, there we go.
Timothy Chalamet. What? It just feels like he's so fragile.
I don't like it. I think he's a fragile angel baby, and for some reason, I'm just like, no.
Yeah, because when you think of Timothy Chalamet, you don't think sex symbol, or oh my God, he's so hot. Like, you just think of like a cute little...
Yes, kind of just like artsy, I don't know. He just seems pure and innocent, and maybe he's not at all. I don't know. Yeah. I just don't see them together at all.
Wait, did you see any of the TikToks at they went to, is it Taylor Swift? I don't remember. They went to a concert together, and he was like just making out with her, kissing her. It was actually kind of cute.
Oh, I gotta go look. Like, this is gonna change my whole entire mind.
Exactly. When you see them together, I'm like, wait a minute. Why do they have so much chemistry? This is kind of weird.
Wait, was he the one where she got photographed and her phone flashed and it was? I think that's how people maybe found out or knew that it was like a hard launch. She had a picture of them as her phone background.
Yes.
I'm like, that's low-key kind of smart. If I want to ever hard launch someone, I'm just going to casually just drop it as my phone background.
That's going to be your hard launch.
You're the least subtle person ever. Like, there's no way you can do that. I'm over here talking about my entire love life on a podcast. It's fine.
I'm dead.
Soft
Wait,
launch,
speaking of hard launches, how long are you going to date somebody before you hard launch them?
Oof. That is such a good question because I actually have had this conversation with my girlfriends. And it's hard. And I think you and I are both in a similar situation where our past relationship was so publicized. So I always say, I'm like, I would wait like a year. Like, I want like a year. I mean, that seems so long. I just would want to know that it is serious. I don't ever want to go through such a publicized breakup ever again and deal with the emotions that I had to. Yeah. But as I'm saying this, I'm over here like, my dumbass just posted
I saw that.
a little selfie with a man that I met in Australia. And everyone's like, oh, is that a soft launch? Is that a hard launch? That's like an I don't know launch of just like, we don't live in the same location. So I just didn't think through that one. But what about you? How long would you wait?
I mean, I'm not going to like stop myself from posting them, but I'm not going to be like, this is it until I have a ring on the finger.
Yeah.
Because with my family and like coming from an Indian like background, you don't ever bring a man home unless you're wanting to get married. So my parents can't handle that up and down emotion.
I feel ya. Yeah, I agree with that. I would post with them. I would make it, I don't know, a bit more casual. I don't think it needs to be like every other post. But yeah, until I have a ring on my finger, I'm like, I don't know. I would not ever, I'm actually saying that. I know myself. That's not true. I'm a liar.
I know, especially when we have podcasts too. It's like, it's so hard not to talk about what's currently happening in your life. We say this, but I doubt that we can adhere to it.
No, I'm the worst. Are you kidding? Like, I'm over here like, I'm not going to show off my boo until I'm like engaged. And it's like, no, the second something cute happens, I'm going to tell 300,000 people. It's like, oh my God. Like, I have no filter. I can't keep any secrets. And I don't know, it's a pro and a con because I'm like, well, if I'm happy, I feel like that reflects in the content I post. Like, you and I both are very transparent with our social media, so it almost seems like it would be near impossible to be in love or seeing someone and just pretending like they don't exist.
So absolutely. And also hard. It's like, even if you break up after you hard launch someone, it's like your followers are so like, I don't know, supportive. I feel like it's like they'll go through the journey with you. And that's what's amazing about being transparent on the other flip hand of things.
Absolutely. So. I agree with that. And again, I think it depends on how you do break up. And I think that's why I'm so stuck on the idea of I don't really want to date someone who is in the public eye. Because I think that is what makes it so difficult. Because then you have two people with two different sides of two different supporters, and that was the hardest thing for me. I'm like, why are these people yelling at me? Like, why? Like, I'm heartbroken. Why are you coming to attack me? And it's like, no, you forget there's another person who's had followers since I was in second grade, you know? So it just added such a layer of complexity. So I'm like, I kind of just want like someone who no one knows. And then I feel better about posting them.
Yes, peace in your relationship.
Yes. Oh my God.
That's all we need.
Well, speaking about peace in relationships and life after reality TV, let's get like a little life update from you. You were on season 2 of Love is Blind. That was my first season I watched, by the way. Loved you on it. You absolutely just, oh my God, the way you handled yourself, I have to let you know, is so admirable. Such an inspiration to women. But since then, like, what have you been up to? Give us the tea.
Yes. I mean, honestly, I was so like emotionally lost after that whole experience, and watching it air was like a whole nother trauma that I relived. But it gave me so much strength to just like speak out again, like, and be myself. That's why I like wrote the book, and it was so incredible how many people resonated with me. And like, it was never about the money for me. It was just about like telling my story and hoping that it resonated with people people, and that, you know, they can learn from my mistakes, and like we could just connect in that vulnerability. And that's like what I want to do for the rest of my life,
Yeah.
because it gives me so much strength. And I know that you are in the same boat as me when it comes to that. It's like us sharing those intimate pieces of our lives is like, it's so hard, but it's so rewarding.
So
I think.
rewarding. And it makes this job almost, I don't want to say doable, but doable. Because for me, it's like, I would just feel guilty. And maybe you feel the same of going online and just being happy all the time. And just, you know, we're both influencers. Look, our job is made by promoting products. Like, that is what it is. But for me, and I'm sure you agree this, I could not sleep at night if I'm just selling stuff and not, I don't know, letting people in. But for me, it's like the second I can share, and yes, it's terrifying, but if someone can relate to that and it helps them, I'm like, all right, cool. All of a sudden my job is I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing.
Yes, exactly. I love that. And it's been kind of hard for me to show up in that way, because I don't know, the influencer life is still kind of new to me, and I'm trying to like get accustomed to it. And it's been a tough journey, but I'm trying to get there. But along with that, I honestly, lately, Morgan, I've been thinking of going back to school. I went to school, I did my undergrad in psychology and business management, but I always wanted to be a therapist. And
Deepti,
so,
I could so see you being a therapist. I will. I mean, I love my therapist, Carly, but I would hire you.
yeah. No conflict of interest here, just a little
no,
bit,
none
but
at all. None.
yeah. But yeah, so I think I wanna go back to school and get my master's, and yeah, I don't know, maybe become a therapist. So I'm thinking about what's next, you know?
Okay, I love that. Would you continue doing the influencer thing if you did go back to school, or is that something you're like, not for me?
No, absolutely. I think I have to, you know, I got to pay those college fees.
Girl, ain't no joke. That's it. Student loans. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. Keep slinging those Instagram ads. Oh my God.
Exactly.
So when you got off Love is Blind, how long did when did you decide you wanted to write the book? Because I can only imagine how terrifying that is to open yourself up on a whole new level, beyond the show, beyond social media. Like, this is a whole entire book of you being vulnerable. When did that kind of come about that you're like, I think I'm going to write a book?
Yeah, you know, it's insane because I was trying so hard not to bash my ex-fiance on social media, and it was so hard because he was doing so many things that I was like, just wanted to just scream. I was so angry, but I was like, okay, you have to take the high road. You can't go down that path of like, because it's going to be out there forever, and that's not what you want to be known as. And I was trying to like think about how to tell my story, because again, on reality TV, you have one side of the story. It's so like, there's only one perspective people see. They don't know who you completely are. And so for me, I was like, how do I get my story out there without like, instead of like in chunks and pieces, right? How do I wholeheartedly tell my story? And I thought about it, and I was like, I have to write the book. Let me just put all of my feelings, all of my emotions, everything into one place for everyone to find, and make it like a quick read. And so that's kind of how it started.
That is so cool to be like, I am an author.
Yes, honestly, that's one of my favorite things to say. Like originally, I actually wanted to do like a self-help book, and then I thought about it, and I was like, Deepti, why are you doing a self-help book? Like, what are your credentials to be writing a self-help book?
You know what? I support that.
Yeah,
you know
so it's like,
I would read your self-help book.
Yeah, maybe in the future, but like, I was like, the first thing, I think people need to get to know who I am.
Absolutely.
And that, you know, again, that vulnerability, baby, gotta share it.
What was the response like? So for me, I did not write a book, but if I'm comparing kind of our stories, which are not similar-ish, not really, but I did, you know, a podcast, and I finally opened up about my experience. And it was, when I tell you, the most terrifying thing I've ever done, because, and mine was a 45-minute podcast. It was not even me talking in depth, But I remember the day before it released, I was anxious. My palms were sweating. It's just like, you don't know how people were going to respond. So once you released the book, what was the response like? Was it overwhelming? Did you get negative feedback, good feedback?
I was terrified of releasing the book because there's some details in there that I have not told one single soul, not even my family. So for it to go out there was terrifying. I almost scratched the book like 2 days before.
Stop.
I was like, scratch it. I don't want to do it. Why am I like bringing attention to myself when I'm like finally like letting go? But it was so therapeutic, and I'm not going to lie to you, I've had amazing, incredible response with people. Like when I did a book signing, like girls were coming up to me and just bawling their eyes out. And it was
I
like,
just got chills.
yeah, it was like the most magical, sweetest, most beautiful experience I've ever had. And for that reason, I will do it over and over again, even though I did get some negative feedback and they're like, who are you to write a book? Like who the hell does she think she is? Blah, blah. You know, the trolls. The trolls exist all the time. It's like,
I
just
hate
gotta ignore them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they also, people just want a response. And like, if you look at Love is Blind, I would say you were one of the breakout stars. So to see someone rise to such stardom and be so successful, and I think it's because of how you carry yourself, you know, what you stood up for. A lot of people in your position, I feel like, wouldn't have the strength to go to an altar and basically be like, nah, I'm choosing myself. So I think with all the hate, I'm sure it's because of you know, you are so successful and such an inspiration. So haters be gone.
You're so sweet. Yeah, haters be gone. And again, it's so worth it just to connect with people in that way. I was like, oh my God, like, oh, I could cry thinking about it. It was very sweet.
I love that for you. But let's like rewind, because I am very curious about this. Before Love is Blind, before the book, before influencing, what made you want to go on Love is Blind? Like, I genuinely am so curious.
Yes. Honestly, I wanted to find a unique love story. I'm not gonna lie to you. Dating apps weren't it for me. I just got out of a serious 6-year relationship. That man cheated on me. It was like intense. Yeah. It was just a lot. And I was like, I just can't fathom going back onto apps. And it was during COVID too. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna apply. Let's just see what happens.
Oh,
and
so you applied yourself?
Yeah, I applied myself. 2 to 3 days later, they reached out to me and they're like, hey, we wanted to interview you. And then a year and a half later, we filmed.
Okay, so time it. So a year and a half later, you filmed. And then from filming to airing, how long went by?
It was about a year.
Okay. That's wild to me.
Yes. Hey, you and I talked about this, that you would do Love is Blind.
Well, okay, so that was one. I'm like getting to like all the listener questions. That was one of them. They're like, Morgan, would you ever do it? I know we did have this discussion. We had the same manager. She had a wedding, so we were chit-chatting away. And I'm like, they're doing Love is Blind in Nashville. I would do it. I think I would do it.
I think you should.
But my only thing is, not that people would recognize my voice at all. I just feel like because I've been on other shows, it's like an immediate X for any reality TV. So there's that kicker. But you know what my point is? Why am I actually thinking about this right now?
I know, I love it.
But it's so hard, and I'm sure you get this as well. I don't know your dating status. Are you single or seeing anyone right now?
I'm kind of talking to somebody, but like it's not that serious.
Okay, so you're like, so you get it then. You're chit-chatting with someone, but like obviously probably still dating. It's hard because I feel like when a guy, now we are in this social media world, when they ask for your Instagram, it never goes well for me, ever. They either see me doing annoying try-on hauls and they're like, why are you dancing to Taylor Swift right now? What is your job? Or they see a K or like a big number and they automatically, I don't know, they get either freaked out or it gets just weird. So for me, I'm like, I kind of want to go on Love is Blind and not have anyone ask about what I've done. I don't want to bring up reality TV. I just want to talk to someone and see if I can connect only based off my personality, not looks, not my annoying Instagram, nothing.
Yes, that's why I think that you would thrive on that show, to be honest. It
Oh
would be
man.
so good for you. And like you said, you don't have to like worry about the noise until after the proposal. I mean, then you're engaged and then you have to tell them about the case and
And
the
then I
Taylor
have to, right, right.
Swift.
And then eventually I'll have to be honest and open if I want a marriage to
Yes,
work. Okay,
absolutely.
wait.
But
So now I'm like hypothetically, I'm thinking like, all right, if I was in this, now I've got to ask all the questions. How long are you dating in the pods before you actually get engaged?
you're dating for about 10 days. So on the ninth or 10th day, they're going to propose to you. You have the reveal, then you go to Mexico, and then you live together for 3 weeks, and then
Okay.
you go to the altar.
That is crazy, but like I'm also so impulsive and psycho that like I'm kind of down for that. Like it's
Yeah,
quick, but like I could get behind it. What
the
is
greatest
walk
love
me
story.
through
Hmm.
just a day of filming in the pods? Because so I was kind of listening to Nick Vile's podcast and he had Izzy on, and Izzy brought up, and I don't know if this was the case for you, he was like, well, producers would tell us one day talk about sex, one day
Hmm.
talk about, okay, you're gonna talk about money. Is that kind of how it goes?
Yeah, so basically they have little prompts. Everyone gets a journal, and
Okay.
in the journal they'll like put prompts for each day. So you can kind of
Oh,
chat about these like prompts. I mean, you don't have to, but it's like a nice little guide for you
yeah.
if you're like, what do I say today, you know? But filming is insanely, it's crazy. It's the longest day ever, especially for us girls. We wake up at like 5, 6 in the morning, get ready, be on set by like 7:38ish, and then you're doing like you're filming just in the lounges, whatever else. You go on like 3, 4 dates, and then you get a little break, and then you do night dates for like 2, 3 hours at night. You get home at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and then you start it all over again,
Okay, no, I'm
literally.
tapping. I don't know. I might be tapping out on that one.
See, but the thing is, Morgan, if you do all of that, you really like focus, zone in on your person, and you date like it's like almost like months of dating in those few days
That
because you're
is
getting to know
true.
them, you
Yeah, and
know?
it's like anything with reality TV, everything is fast forwarded.
Yes.
Emotions, you get to know someone so much quicker. It's such a weird situation. So I guess I can see
Exactly.
how people actually do get engaged and stay together. For your experience, obviously you got engaged to Shake, and then we all
Mhm.
know that happened, left him at the altar. We love a strong, independent woman. Yes, nothing makes me more excited. But looking back on your experience, were you vibing with anyone else, and do you wish that you would have done things differently?
I get asked this question a lot. I have no regrets.
Okay.
I don't have any regrets because I learned so much from that experience with
Mm-hmm.
Shake, and I hope he did too. But yes, I actually dated the person that was my number two, which was Kyle.
Oh, I didn't know he was your
So
number two.
yeah, he was my number two in the pods, which is
Oh,
funny.
okay.
Yeah, we joke about it and we're like, oh, I think he said to me once, like, if you and I got together, we probably would be married. And I'm like, I don't know.
I don't
I
know
don't
about
really like
that.
you anymore either, but no, just kidding.
Moral of the story is I don't know if reality TV relationships are really for us.
No, I don't think so. You know, you gave it a try. It's just like,
No.
because honestly, it's kind of like our own version of a cute little fairy tale story, but
Right.
just I don't think it's going to exist in reality TV.
No, my therapist says that all the time. She's like, "You gotta stop romanticizing this idea," because I think that is you
Yes.
think of this idea and this epic love story, and it's I feel like especially us on reality TV, you're so willing to ignore those red flags, because I mean,
Absolutely.
how many couples from Love Is Blind have actually stayed together? Do you know like the stat on that?
The OG baby, Lauren and Cameron, Amber and Barnett.
Okay,
Um, who else?
so just
Alexa and Brennan,
okay, so the I
Matt and
mean,
Colleen. There's like a few. Yeah, there's
which
like
is wild to me.
5
So
or
like it
6.
is possible, but I don't
Yeah.
know. Do you think now we're on season 5? They're filming. Oh my god, 6, 7, 8. I don't even know how many they've filmed. Do you think now that people have seen, I mean, your success with social media, other Love Is Blind people, with now careers influencing, you get engaged, you get so many more social media deals. Do you think that is tainting the process and people are now coming for the wrong reason?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that is something I'll caution you of if you go on. It's like it's going to obviously there's going to be people there for the wrong reasons. There were people there for the wrong reasons on season 2 even. So as it becomes more popular and, people are getting exposed to it, absolutely you're going to find people that are there with the wrong thing in mind. And also they know you don't have to get married. You can just go on the show and kind of act a fool and still, get those followers or do whatever you want, with
the world we live in.
But you know what though? I do think that the audience and the viewers do catch on to that though, and they see right through it.
Absolutely.
They know people who are there for genuine reasons.
Right. And I think even with season 5, I can in my head pinpoint the ones that I think are there for the wrong reasons. It just comes across. It's so inauthentic. So guys, if you're going on Love is Blind, we see you. We see through the fakeness. We want a true love story. We want love to be blind. Deepti, when I teased you coming on, I got more listener requests for questions than I have ever gotten. So I don't want people with pitchforks at my doorstep in Nashville. So I'm going to try and get through some of these. What do you miss about your day job that you had before all of this?
Ooh, I miss my routine. Like I had to be at work like 7:30 a.m. until 3 o'clock. Like I miss kind of that routine because then everything else just fits into place. Yeah. I think I would miss the routine.
Yeah. And what's crazy too is you had weekends. I feel like weekends aren't really a thing. Like that's what freaks my friends out the most about kind of what I do and like the odd hours. Is I'm like, it'll be a Saturday, and I'm like, oh, sorry, I have to film stuff. And they're like, but it's a Saturday. And I'm like, yeah, that doesn't really work like that for us. Like, it's very strange. I may feel like I know the question of this. Do you miss life before people recognized you, before there was a following?
I want to say, yes, I do miss it. Just sometimes, but honestly, not really. Can I tell you, weirdly, I feel like I was born for this because I can like get my shit together when I need to get my shit together. Weirdly, like I'm good with people. I love people. I think I was kind of made for it. And if I need to just step back, I just hibernate.
Yeah.
I'm good with it.
And look at you, like you still have the option to go to school. Like I think that is the beauty of the industry and influencing and content creating. It doesn't have to be forever. It's a great job now. And you get to connect with awesome people. But yeah, like you said, if you want to peace out and be like, see y'all in a month, you technically can.
Yes, and it's lovely. I love that part of it. With the job, you can't just do that. You can't just take a sabbatical and be like, bye.
Yeah, see you in a month, boss.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Later.
Yes, being our own bosses, baby, that's everything.
I mean, I will say Courtney Bagby, who is our manager, and I know she's going to be listening to this. What up, Courtney? If we took a month off, that girl is coming for us. So we can, but like also we can't. Like we got to clear it by Courtney first.
She's like, please, guys,
she's
no.
like, hello, I'm still here. Okay. Right. Oh, I'm actually curious about this one. Post-reality TV, big Instagram following that kind of happened overnight. Did you have any crazy DMs? Like, did anyone slide into the DMs that you were like, I never thought this would happen?
Yes. You know who the first person was? Paula Abdul.
What?
Paula Abdul. I literally have them screenshotted because I'm like, what is Paula Abdul? She literally messaged me and said, hey, sweetie, like, I'm so proud of you and your strength. And I was like, Paula Abdul just
knows my name.
Literally. That and Billie Eilish. Okay. She knows I exist. Like,
the Paula thing was cool. The Billie thing, I
was literally in tears. I went to her concert here in Chicago and I posted her and she reposted me and said, Deepti Queen. And she literally has 0 followers. She follows 0 people. And I was like, did she really just post me? Like, I lost my shit, Morgan. I was like,
Deepti, you're the coolest person I've literally ever met in my whole entire life. Like that should be anytime someone needs a fun fact or a weird icebreaker, which I have no fun facts at all, that should be yours. Billie Eilish knows my name.
Billie Eilish knows my name. Oh my God. I still can't believe it to this day. I was like, oh my God, my whole entire life is made. Yeah. Literally.
Yeah. Now you can do whatever you want now because Billie Eilish knows that you exist. Let's see what. Okay, we're going to switch it up because naturally, our exes, I don't know if you knew this, Voldemort as we call him, and Shake, They're on the same show, which, like, what are the odds? I kind of didn't put two and two together until I was, prepping for this podcast, and then I saw these questions, and everyone wants to know, are you watching House of Villains?
Of course I am. Morgan, you don't want to hear something wild?
You're watching it?
It premieres tonight.
Should I watch it?
I'm going to watch it because I need to know what the shit show that is about to be shake. Not in a bad way. I'm excited for him. Here's the thing with me, there's no bad blood anymore.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him. Do you? And first of all, I'm glad you're admitting that you're a villain. So go on House of Villains.
You know what? That is a really, really good mindset. I mean, I'm just not a TV watcher in general, so I wasn't going to watch it, but I'm not going to lie. People have been tagging me in TikToks, and I am curious. And that's the thing, too. Same as you. I don't have any ill will towards Voldemort anymore. I really don't. It happened. I'm so thankful I was able to grow from that situation. I don't necessarily feel the need to support all of his projects, but I am.
Agreed.
Someone sent me a clip of Tiffany Pollard yelling at him, and I don't know. I was like, maybe I should watch. Maybe.
Here, maybe I'll take the first pass at it and let you know.
Okay.
And I'll give you the little snippets
You
of what
watch,
you need to watch.
send me the cliff notes. Let me know if it's worth watching. Yeah, I don't know. If I had an ample amount of wine, I probably would. But I'm sure I might start twitching and like my eyes gonna like, and I'm gonna like start being triggered by certain comments. So maybe I should.
Honestly, you're right. Actually, I say that in confidence, like, oh, I'm going to watch it. But if it is like triggering, I'm going to be like, oh, God, I can't do it.
Maybe turn that off. But you know what? Maybe that's why we get along so well. I didn't put two and two together that we have two villain exes. I mean, who can say that? Who can say that both of their exes are on a TV show based around being a villain? I don't know. Am I judging us? Are we the problem, Deepti?
Yeah, I think it is because we try to go for bad boys. That's our problem. Why is it that we go for toxic?
I don't know, but I'm in deep therapy about it. Let me tell you about what my therapist has to say about that. She's like, Morgan, it's a pattern. I'm like, Carly, I know I'm trying to break it, but I'm with you. There's something I just like about a bad boy. Me too. I don't understand. You'll have to let me know your thoughts on this because I guess, did you see that Jax, the comment he made?
Yes.
So everyone wants to know, are you team Jax?
Honestly, I'm going on Jax and Brittany's podcast soon. And I thought it was so funny. I didn't realize that all the crazy beef that was happening, but I'm just happy that Jax is calling him out on his shit. What was the comment? Do you remember what the comment was?
He said something along the lines of, I'm willing to go back to jail. Basically because of you. I was like, oh shit.
I wonder, that's why I want to watch it. Because I'm like, what did Shake actually do? Because he's also been teasing that after watching this, people actually will think he's a villain. And I'm like, could it be worse?
Wait, but my thing is, why tease that? Maybe that's not what we should be putting out into I just wouldn't want people to think that I'm actually a villain, but
no. He's like, I'm fine with it. Sometimes you can be rewarded for being villainized. And I was like, what?
Oh boy, I'm curious. When is the last time you actually spoke to him?
I haven't spoken to him in almost a year. I haven't blocked. But he did randomly call me last month. I was at Crate and Barrel and I saw the call come through and I was like, I looked at my sister and I was like, why is he calling me? I was freaking out. But like, I was so curious. I was like, I want to answer it so bad to know what. But then again, I was like, no, just keep that energy away from your life.
Protect your peace. Wait, so you never found out why he called you?
I have no idea why he called me. I didn't text him. He didn't
leave a voicemail? Like,
I was waiting. I was like, give me a voicemail. I just want to know why. Like, why did you call me? Like, after all this time, because he did a whole bunch of mess with when I started dating Kyle. He was like calling us out. You guys are fake, blah, 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 all the things, And I was like, this is just insane. So I just
Deepti, I won't be able to sleep at night because I need to know why the call at Crate and Barrel happened. Wow. But you know what? And what is telling about that situation? The fact that he did not call you or didn't text you, did not leave a voicemail, didn't say, hey, can you call me back? He wants to live rent free in your mind. And I
Exactly.
think that is so telling. So yeah, out of sight, out of mind. Whatever he had to say, probably it's not even worth your breath, your energy. But
Yes,
damn,
yes, girl.
my
No.
nosy ass really wants to
I
know
know, me
now.
too. Dude, same. I'm like, what the hell did he want? Like, I don't know. Who knows? He probably just, I don't even know. I could guess, but
Hey, I mean, maybe he'll talk about it on this TV show that I won't be watching. But
yeah, that's another part of it too, is like, I want to watch it just to see what he says about me. Cause I'm like, obviously they're going to ask, like, why are you a villain or
ooh,
something, you know? And I'm like, his version of the story is just doesn't match mine.
yeah,
So,
and
you
that's
know,
I think that's the most frustrating part is you know your truth and the people who love you and support you know it, but then having to listen. And I think that's the hardest thing for me about the situation
yeah.
is just listening to the nonsense. It would almost be better. She's like, just own it. Just own what happened. You're on a show about being a villain. You might as well just say what actually happened, but you're
Mhm.
wasting your energy if you know.
Yeah. Wait, like Milton said, your perception is your reality.
Milton, sweet baby
Gold.
angel with his little microscope and his rocks. I love this man.
Oh, it's so
He
cute.
is
I love that.
half the things he says, his big vocabulary and rock terminology. I'm like, Milton, I don't even know what you're talking about, but
Yes.
you're so freaking precious.
He's pure.
Um, okay, more questions. This is a random deep one. Do you believe in soulmates?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I absolutely believe in soulmates. And I don't think you just have one. I think that my girlfriends, my sister,
Amen.
100% my soulmates. Like, I don't know how I could life without them. And so I don't think soulmates are necessarily always a romantic partner. I think you're very lucky if you find a romantic soulmate, but definitely there's others.
Oh,
So
amen to that.
weirdly, I don't know. I'm kind of losing hope that I might find my soulmate in this lifetime. We'll see. Like a romantic one. I'm like,
Girl,
I don't know.
I'm with you. Every other day. One day I'm like, am I in love with an Australian? The other day I'm like, am I gonna die alone? The other day I'm like, do I need to download Raya again? I'm with you. I
Oh,
am.
honestly, can I just say something about the Australian man? I think it is so sweet. I've been seeing your posts with him and like your just getaways, and I'm just like, it's just like what a cute like story and like an amazing way to meet someone, and
It
because you're both
is.
like adventure, like I just think that's so. I love it. I'm like I
Oh,
stand for this relationship. I hope it like blossoms into something.
I would love to see this man again. I don't. Again, the whole like living on two different continents makes it a
Yeah.
little difficult. But you know what? And this is kind of what I was telling him. I'm like, I just know we met for a reason. Even if I never see you
Yes.
again, like there was such a purpose. And that's the beauty of travel. And I know you understand this as well.
Yes.
My fellow travel fanatic, we got to plan a trip. But that's why I love it. And that's why I do it so much because you meet people that you would never meet if you stay in the same place. And the fact that I stumbled into this man in a nightclub in Ibiza, like just the way we met, which I still need to recap all of that. I'm like, cool. Like I would love of my fairy tale romance. That would be sick. But even if not, I met someone amazing that entered my life that if I wouldn't have been there, never would have. So I know there's a purpose behind that. So we'll see.
Yes, absolutely. It's a beautiful chapter that you're living with him, you
Yes.
know?
Oh,
I
I love that.
love
Yeah,
that.
you're also my close friends. You get like all.
Yeah.
All my close
Like
friends is just
schizophrenic.
an absolute disaster. It's truly, truly iconic. Who do you still talk to from your season besides Natalie, if anyone?
So I talked to the girls quite a bit. It's been a while since we've all gotten together. You know, everyone's just living their lives,
Mm-hmm.
like kind of doing their own thing. I don't talk to any of the guys from the season except for Hasib, which he wasn't really aired. But yeah, mostly Natalie, Ayana, Mallory I see here and there, and Danielle, you know.
Yeah.
But it's mostly just me and Nat, I feel like at this
Yeah.
point, because of the podcast, and we're like, you know, always, and we live in the same building too, so it's
Wait, no way.
hilarious.
Wait, was that planned or not? Like you
Okay,
just stumbled
so
into the
she
same
was
building?
she was here first for sure. And I was looking in the area because I also live in West Loop area, and I was like, okay, I had another apartment in mind, but this would fit so much better. And I was like, Natalie was just like, yeah, just move in. I was like, fine, I'm doing it. Like I'm doing it. It's fine. you're a healthy 20 floors away from me. It's
Oh.
perfectly okay.
Wait, so you guys where do you record the podcast?
We recorded in our building. Like sometimes we'll
I
just
love
do it
that.
in our own spaces because she's
Yeah.
in Singapore right now. So we're just,
Oh my
traveling,
God.
doing all our things.
Also,
so.
congrats on the pod.
Thank you.
We love
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah, for
Yes,
anyone
congrats on
listening,
yours.
go check out
Yeah.
Deepti and Natalie's podcast. Do you guys only do Love is Blind recaps?
No, we talk about all things.
All
We
things.
did the ultimatum. We've been talking about life things. We did an episode on like influencers. So
Oh,
just
hell
all over the
yeah.
place. Yeah.
Oh my God, we love a podcast moment. My apartment that has caught on fire, they are now drilling into every wall around me. It's actually driving me nuts. So if
Why?
those
Why are
listening,
they
you hear an annoying drill, it's not my fault.
Why are they drilling? Do you know?
I don't actually know, but all I know is I have set up tours. Oh my God, I can hear it. I'm literally going to lose my mind. I've set up tours to go look at other apartments in Nashville because I'm like, I don't think, and I'm sure you get this, we work from home. I'm like, my anxiety is through the roof. I feel like I'm listening to a dentist drill
Oh my
all
gosh.
day long. So
Ooh,
it's kind of
yeah.
annoying, but it could be worse. So.
Well, and also when you're filming and doing things, you need peace of mind and like concentration. Like
Yeah, I'm like, I've
that's
got
a
Home
lot.
Depot 2.0. I got construction workers running in and out. I'm like, I can't film a try-on haul and be naked in my hallway if I've got the construction team barging in. So it's
But are they cute?
no, girl, trust me. My mom already was like, you should scope them out. I'm like, mother, they're like 65.
Oh,
I know,
that's
sad.
precious.
I know they are precious and they're very respectful. They always like peek their head in first and they say, "Can we come in?" I'm like, "Yes, boys, come on in. Bring the equipment. It's fine." Random tangent. And okay, my last question for you, because I did want to touch on travel a bit. Where's your next trip, and what is like your top destination that you're dying to go to?
Ooh, I have no trips planned for this year. Everything is just like family stuff for the rest of the year. But I am dying to go to Italy. I have not been yet, and I'm like, I have to cross it off the bucket list like,
Deepti.
immediately.
I was just talking to my girlfriend because she also has never been to Europe and she's Italian. So she's like, I got to go to Italy. And the second someone tells me to book a flight, I will book that flight. We should absolutely, if you've never been to Italy, oh my God, I've never been to Lake Como, and that's
Oh
high
my
on my
God, yeah.
list.
It's on my list too. Oh, should we go? Let's plan it. Maybe like early next year.
Yes, sold, done. I've already decided.
Amsterdam.
I'm like,
Oh,
I
Italy.
love Nashville, but it's not. I gotta. It's like every other month. I feel like I'd like to stay home 1 month, go somewhere 1 month, stay home, switch it up. So I'm very down for Italy.
I like that vibe.
I'm also very
so
down
here
for
it.
Amsterdam still.
Me too. Okay, let's plan all the things. I think and Alex wanted to come too.
Yes,
Like,
Alex wants to join. I'm thinking of me, you, my sister, and our friend Blair. The last time I was in Amsterdam, I ate a space cake, which I did not realize. Like, yes, they obviously will make you like a little woo. So I, being the
Little giddy.
addictive, impulsive personality that I am, ate a little bit. I'm like, I don't feel anything. And my friends were like, you will if you just calm down, like let it hit. I'm like, no, I'm strong. It's not gonna affect me. So I ate the whole entire thing, Deepti.
Stop it, Morgan. Did you move?
I was like hearing voices. So it was me and my girlfriend. We were on like a college trip. She is like throwing up on the bus because we also ate the same amount. She's like throwing up. They're having to stop this bus. I'm over here. I started legitimately, it was like the Sixth Sense. I thought there was like dead people. I'm like hearing voices. I'm like, Jenna, someone's talking. And she's like, where you know? No, there's no voices around. So finally we got back to our hotel room and I just remember we had like a block of cheese because we went to like a cheese museum earlier and that's all we had to eat. So her and I were just out of our minds. Like we also didn't have any utensils. So we're cutting this cheese with a credit card. Anyways,
Oh my
so I would love
God.
to go back to Amsterdam and not have that experience.
You literally hallucinated. I'm dying.
Hallucinated from a space cake. So just telling the people, when they tell you it will hit you, believe them. You do not need to eat the whole entire thing, even if it tastes good.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, maybe I need to try the space cake when we go, but you're staying away from it.
I will have the appropriate amount. We will all have a little bite. It's fun. We'll go gallivant across Amsterdam. We're going to plan that one as well. It's on my to-do list.
Love that. Let's do it. I'm so excited. I love our travel era, and I need friends who are just like willing to just go.
You have found your match, Deepti. This was meant to be, this friendship. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me. I love you. I adore you. I think you're so amazing. For those listening who want to now follow you because they're equally obsessed, where can they find you online?
My Instagram is Life with Deeps, and my podcast is Out of the Pods.
Yes, y'all go listen. Yes. Deepti, I'm actually might be in Chicago, so I might be seeing you very, very soon. Yes. But thank you so much for joining me. I had so much fun.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. You know, I absolutely adore you. So I'm super excited for your podcast. Like, what an amazing new journey. Yeah.
So
wish
fun.
You all the best.
Yay. Yeah. Okay. Well, everyone, we will see you next week and talk to you later. Thanks so much for listening to the Your Internet Best Friend podcast. It's been real, it's been fun, and I will see everyone here next week. In the meantime, do all the podcast things, like, subscribe, give me a 5-star review if you please, and catch up with me on social media at Morgan Lee Willette. Bye, besties.